Hey YouTube, what's up? And let's talk about the iPad 2. So Steve Jobs came out today and talked and announced the iPad 2. It was really exciting. It was great to see Steve that he was still in health. I think that was more of a shareholders thing than anything else. It was really exciting. He said since he'd been working on this product for so long that he wanted to be there to announce it. And just to start off, the iPad 2 looks really great. It's a very impressive product. I can't wait to actually get one on my hands. But actually talking about it, it is much thinner at 8.8 millimeters thick, which is actually thinner than the iPhone 4. And if you think about the iPhone 4 is a very thin device, so they made it much thinner. So that's very impressive. It also weighs 1.3 pounds, which is down from 1.5 pounds in the last generation iPad, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking about ounces, on a product that's measured in, less than 2 pounds, that's probably going to be substantial enough to make it a bit easier to hold. It also has an Apple A5 chip, which is very impressive, which is a dual-core 1 gigahertz processor, which is going to be very impressive. I've seen some speed shown on it, and it looks very impressive, the speeds that you're going to be able to get on it. It still has 10 hours of battery life on it, which is amazing for a tablet today. Most tablets can't do that. And no word on the RAM just yet. We'll have to wait for iFixit to tear it down and see what kind of RAM is inside of it. It has the same screen at 1024 by 768 at 132 pixels per inch. It has two cameras, a front and a back camera. It has a VGA camera on the back and a 720p camera on the. It has a 720p camera on the back, a VGA camera on the front. Sorry, I got a bit confused there. Which both take stills. The back one won't be a very high resolution still, but you can do that. It also has FaceTime, which I actually forgot to put in my notes here. How ironic! One of the biggest features. It also does FaceTime, which you can FaceTime with any iPhone, with any iPhone 4, any iPod Touch 4th generation, or any Mac, which is very impressive. It also has Photo Booth, which is really neat. You'll be able to do some real time messing with your video feed. It's going to look really neat. I'm very excited to see how that will work out, and it's going to be a lot of fun if you've got a younger child in the house. Another huge feature of the iPad 2 is that it will have the ability for you to hook it up to an HDMI out adapter, which is really amazing. It'll support 1080p output, and it'll also support mirroring, which is my favorite feature, which means you can do a Steve Jobs style presentation. You plug your iPad in and show it to a class or show it to your colleagues. It's going to be really impressive, and you'll be able to see the home screen, show any app that's on your iPad. It'll be very impressive. So say you're demoing an app to maybe sell this app to a company, you could do that. I think that's really impressive, and I'm so glad that Apple finally did it. Another thing that Apple added is the iPad smart covers, which are really nice. It magnetically attaches to your iPad and covers the screen. It looks really neat. When you pull it off, it actually unlocks the iPad. It's going to be really, really neat. It has a microfiber on the side that touches the screen, so when it's actually cleaning your screen when you take it on and put it back on. When you put it on and take it back off, it's going to be really neat. I'm very excited for that. It's going to be $39 in a polycarbonate, or I believe, or a polyurethane kind of thing, which is made out of spacesuits, and a leather one for $69, which is very impressive. Which is going to be really neat. I'm very excited. And auto aligns to your iPad as well, so that's really cool. Apple also announced two new apps for the iPad, iMovie for iPad and GarageBand for iPad. iMovie, we've seen it for the iPhone, now it's on the iPad. It looks really awesome. You'll be able to edit movies there. You'll be able to have multiple tracks there, edit audio and video at the same time. You can add sound effects. Now there's a bunch of new features that will also be coming to the iPhone as well. Now, GarageBand for the iPad, which I'm actually really excited about. Musicians are going to love GarageBand for iPad, I believe. They're going to be jumping all over this, and every musician you see now will probably have an iPad. So you can plug in your guitar and play with any amp. You can use virtual instruments on there, and it's just going to be really exciting to see how that works out for musicians. And what's interesting is there's going to be a white and a black model. Both will be shipping at the same time. And Apple, I'm just saying good luck to you on that white one. It's going to be very impressive because you still can't ship a white iPhone. So interesting enough. There will be Wi-Fi and 3G models. There will be, which with the 3G model, there will kind of be sub-models. There will be a version of the 3G model that will work on AT&T and one for Verizon. Both will be exactly the same price. And And the iPad and all the accessories, the apps, everything I'm talking about today will ship March 11th. In 26 countries, the iPad 2, you'll be able to get it. So those rumors that Apple has started production probably back in January were probably true, because Apple must have been making them up until now to have it ready to ship next Friday. iOS 4.3 will also be coming to all of Apple's devices. Pretty much, it will all support the original iPhone, the iPhone 3G, and the original iPod Touch that I know of. Unless that has changed, I will let you guys know, probably in an annotation, or let you guys know later. Most notably with this update, you will be able to get personal hotspot on your iPhone 4, which is a GSM model, which is very exciting. I believe AT&T will be supporting this. They haven't really said, but pretty well, I'm taking it as yes, AT&T will support it. Probably not happily, but they've got to do something to keep up with this competition for Verizon. Something I didn't see coming was home sharing to your iOS device, which to some people will totally defeat the purpose of having storage on your iPhone or iPad. So now, instead of having to have a 32 gigabyte iPad to store everything you need, now you can get 16 gigabyte and store all your music on your computer, which now you can't use that out and about. You have to be connected to your Wi-Fi network at home. But I think for some people that will alleviate the need for storage. And another thing which is kind of nice is some AirPlay improvements, which I'm actually really excited about. You get the ability to play videos you've now taken on an iOS device, which is very exciting, because before, if you've taken a video, say, on your iPhone, you've got to actually like stick it on your Mac and then put it back on your iPhone and make it all weird, so then you can play it on AirPlay. So now you can just shoot a video real quick, say, hey guys, check this out, and send it right to your Apple TV. And that's one thing I'm extremely excited about now, that Apple's finally done that. And it also has a few more tweaks, like you can play slideshows and things like that from your iPad and things. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, because when you guys subscribe, it really helps me out, so that way you know when I make a new video, and it just really helps me out. So please, I'm looking forward to see you guys in my next video. And don't forget to check out my live stream on Vocal at 7 p.m. Central tonight. I will also have a link in the description to my last video, so that way you guys can check it out and see when that live stream is exactly going to be in your time zone. See you guys in the next video.